Welcome to Yatnya Investment Academy. Today we are going to compare savings account versus liquid funds. Our earlier generations used to commonly invest into FDs, traditional life insurance policies, gold and real estate, and they were unaware of other investment avenues like debt funds, equity funds, gold ETFs, and term plan in case of life insurance plans. But as times are changing, we are shifting to better investment avenues. And one such investment avenue is liquid fund compared to the traditional savings account whenever you have some extra cash. A savings account, as you already know, is a kind of a deposit account offered by banks, financial institutions or post office which provides security of the principal amount and pays certain interest over it. There has to be an average minimum balance that you need to maintain throughout a year, and it pays out interest on a quarterly basis. Whereas liquid funds are kind of debt mutual funds which invest into instruments like commercial papers, treasury bills, certificate of deposit, etc. The maturity of these instruments here is very less, which ranges from a single day to 90 days. These are available in two options, growth and dividend. Dividend could be daily, monthly or quarterly. Let's talk about the risk associated with these two investment options. There's minimal risk in case of a savings account since the principal is secured. In case of liquid funds too, the risk is very minimum. The kind of instruments these funds invest in have very short maturities, and so they are not traded on the market, and hence they are not impacted by market fluctuations or interest rate changes. These are also held by the fund houses till maturity, and the funds generally invest into very high rated instruments, that is, which are highly safe instruments. As the instruments are not traded on the market, you might think, how does the NAV change in this case? The NAV changes based upon the interest accrued on the instruments that the fund houses invest in. Savings account normally offer 4% rate of interest on an annual basis. Some banks may offer slightly higher rates but may ask for higher amount of deposits. Liquid funds have given returns of about 8% on an annual basis on an average in the last 1 year, and the good funds have given even higher returns. Let's talk about the post-tax returns now. In case the interest earned by a savings account is more than 10,000 rupees, the amount is directly added to your gross income and taxed according to your tax slab. So if we assume that your account is earning 4% rate of interest and you are in the tax bracket of 10%, you would ultimately earn returns about 3.6%. If you are in the tax bracket of 20%, you would earn 3.2%. And if you are in the tax bracket of 30%, you would earn only 2.8% rate of interest on your balance in your savings account. In case of liquid funds, if you redeem your investment within 36 months, that is 3 years, the amount would be directly added to your gross income and taxed according to your tax slab. But since the average returns here have been 8%, the post-tax returns are also higher. In case you are in the tax bracket of 10%, you would earn 7.2%. If you are in the tax bracket of 20%, you would ultimately earn 6.4% rate of returns. And in case you are in the tax bracket of 30%, you would earn 5.6% rate of returns in liquid funds, which is way higher than the savings account returns. Liquid funds are generally meant for short-term investments. But still, if you hold on to your investments for more than 3 years, your investment would be taxed at 20% flat irrespective of your tax slab, but after indexation. You can watch our video on taxation of debt funds to understand this better. In case you're opting for dividend kind of liquid funds, there is a dividend distribution tax paid by the fund house on the amount that is given to the investor. That is on your dividend amount, and the dividend is tax-free in your hands. After all this, if you're still wondering when to invest into liquid funds, let me clarify. Your savings account should be a reserve for your monthly expenses. You can use it for online fund transfers, bill payments, shopping, etc. But whenever you have large sum lying idle into your savings account, you should invest into liquid funds. You could also put your emergency funds here, and you could park sudden inflows into your savings account into liquid funds till the time you decide where actually to invest your funds. So we have compared savings account and liquid funds on the factors like what kind of products these are, the returns they offer, the risk involved, the kind of taxes also we have seen, and their usability. Hope you now know in which scenarios liquid funds would be a better option than just keeping your money into savings account. Friends, thanks for watching the video. Watch this page.